If tomorrow all things are gone, I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, well at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend us till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Video pause. Hey, what's going
Golf
on?
clap.
Golf clap. Yeah, no golf going
What's
on
up?
here. Not much. Good word.
Just us?
It's just us tonight. Paul is picking up his son from college. Frankie is on assignment in
Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. I think he's doing Mai Tai shots or something. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but Frankie's having a good time down there. So I don't know if he's sport fishing, doing some sporting clays or something like that. But he'll be on the next podcast. He'll get us going and fill us in exactly what he's doing. So, which is
Doing belly shots to the bikini team.
doing belly shit.
That sounds like Frankie, you know?
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, you were in Walmart when Frankie was trying to.
That's another picture I could have sent Mike.
I have the video. Maybe we gotta. I don't know if we're gonna get his
I don't
permission,
know.
but
You have to get a release for that one.
yeah. Hey, Kevin. Kevin's watching. What's going on, dude? How
Holy
are
cow.
you? Yeah, that was a funny moment at Walmart with Frankie trying to.
I think Kevin was there for that one.
I don't know if Kevin was there. No, Paul was there. I know Bob Heineman, God rest his soul, was
Oh,
there.
Bob was there. That's right. Paul's going, don't go there. Don't go back
Yeah.
there. Don't look or something like that.
Yeah, nothing funnier than watching Frankie, who's a little large, try on a woman's one-piece bathing suit in the middle of Walmart. That's a segment. I think we need to table this one when Frankie's available. That was quite a scene. I got the whole video. I got it all on video. That was funny. It really was. But I think you could barely hear everybody else talking over the way I'm crying, laughing, and snorting and wheezing and stuff. But it's good. But just coming off of Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everybody. Belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and moms rock. We always do something special for the moms in our universe. So we
Absolutely.
we hold that very near and dear to our heart. So we're supposed to have a couple guests coming on tonight. They did say yes, but I haven't heard from them. So I hope they stay true to that they're going to come on with us and stuff like that. But let me get this out of the way right now. We didn't mention last show, but I'd like to thank our sponsors and people that've been with us from when we were just nothing. I still think we're a little something, a little nothing, but we're getting there. But Matthew's Custom Calls, our cousin Matthew makes all kinds of calls, from duck calls, deer grunts, turkey calls, predator calls, all kinds of stuff like that. So thank you to Matthew's Custom Calls. Hey, there you go. We got Fal Cup Coffee Company. That's my son's coffee company. There you go. They believe in us. We have Blackhound Optics, Mike from Blackhound. There you go. Very big supporters of us. I got a new product. I got a friend of mine started a company, actually bought into the company, and it's called Microcare. And their company is Beyond Clean. So it's kind of like a microband stuff. And, he's giving it to me. We were talking about gun maintenance, gun cleaning, stuff like that. And he gave me a little can of this stuff. And he's like, you think about it. He goes, your gun, your gun's dirty. He goes, you touch it with your hands, but you put it next to your face and you're breathing on it. You got this, you got that. He goes, and then if you let somebody that's shooting with you touch your gun, they're breathing on it. So he gave me this product. And I tried it on my phone. That's what they all recommend, because they say your phone's your dirtiest thing, and you put it on there. And, I tried it. So, we'll see. It's supposed to kill like mold. It cleans all types of bacteria and stuff like that. They said something about it, and I'm waiting for he was supposed to send me an email to get it, but something that it kills like the COVID-19 stuff and keeps it away for like I think a 30-day cycle or something like that. So we're gonna welcome them on to like one of the sponsor lists, and they gave us a bunch of product to try out and stuff like that. So we'll see exactly how that product works out. You know,
can you spray it on yourself?
Yeah, you can actually.
There
supposedly they use it in operating rooms. What they were saying from the stuff I was reading is they like with a wound, they got to keep gauze in. They spray this stuff all over the gauze and pack the wound with it because it kills everything. And we like I said, we were talking about gun care maintenance and stuff like that. And he was like, "This is really, really good stuff because you can put it on all your gear. It's got no scent, you know, which is good.
Scent free.
Yeah, it's scent free." And he was telling me how it kills mold. So you know, you always get that little spot somewhere, you know, where you always get like the little mold and stuff like that. So I'm going to try it out. You know, it's like in the garage, you always get that one area, you know, it's always damp and stuff like that. So, or
stuff you store sometimes in a tub or thing
exactly.
You put in there, it won't get mold, you know.
Exactly. So, you know, the name of their company is Beyond Clean. So what they do is they apply it and they'll go around to your office or to whatever business you have and stuff like that. And they'll apply it on there. And, you know, you know, supposedly you don't have to wipe the areas down as frequent as you have to or something like that. So we'll try that product out and we'll see exactly, you know, how it operates in you know, future months and stuff like that. We'll try it out, you know, but I know we have tonight is a part 2 show from what we discussed the last time. We were talking about, you know, gun maintenance and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe before we get started, we'll give our guest a little time maybe to sign on and stuff. But I know, Lou, you were waving one of your handguns around, showing us the cleaning and your review on what you got there. So show us what you got.
Let's show you it's not loaded.
Mm-hmm.
You always do that. And many videos I've watched, they always show you the gun's not loaded. This is a 1911 Springfield range officer model with a little bit of work done to it. And fiber optic sights in the front, match grade barrel, trigger, big beaver tail. And we use the Ballistol on it to lubricate and clean. So we'll see how it works.
And what's your opinion of? I mean, obviously you own it, so you're not.
I got to tell you, I like this gun. I had this gun a few years, maybe 12 years, because I bought it when Vincent was around 18 and he's 30.
Okay.
So I have it about 12, 13 years, and I like it. It shoots really, really well. This was marketed as everything you, nothing you don't. So it's kind of. I don't want to say it's no frills because it's not a no frills gun, but it doesn't have like there's 1911s that can go up to $10,000. I think I paid for this gun back when I bought it $800.
Okay,
so it's reasonably.
That's a lot of money ago. 12 years ago, if you want to talk, you know.
Well, you know, it's a quality gun. It's not a cheapo. It's not. I'm not going to say another brand name to be cheap, but Springfield makes a nice product, and it shoots very well. And I have no complaints. You know, there's no issues, no jams, no nothing. It's a very good gun. So I can't complain about it. That's it. I just started using the Ballistol. Vincent is a big advocate of this stuff. My son is how I really, when you had told me about it, I was like, Vincent used that stuff for a long time. He's been using it, you know, since I remember on all his stuff. And it works well. And you know what? I got to tell you something. Some people complain about it has a little bit of a distinct odor. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be honest with you. It's really not as. I mean, I just sprayed it a few minutes ago, and there's no lingering, horrifying.
I don't think it's any different than any other gun cleaning stuff that's out there.
I don't think it's. I got to tell you, I don't think it's as invasive. You know, it's not as horrible as some of the other ones.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I know there's a lot of complaints about it.
I'm a huge fan of Ezox, and Ezox has a very distinct smell also. Would you say it? Wouldn't say.
You spray Ezox in a house and everybody knows what you're doing.
You're exactly right. Exactly right.
You know,
so I don't believe this is as horrible smelling or fragrance as some people made it out to be. To be honest with you, so and it goes on the wood. If you have your holsters or whatever, any leather, I mean, it'll work on it. It treats and protects and lubricates firearms, leather, knives, tools, locks. It works all marine applications, and what do you call it? It's environmentally friendly.
Yeah, I know we said that the last show.
No carcinogen. It says no carcinogens right on it.
Yeah,
I'm saying that word right. Carcinogens.
But with spring and summer coming, you always want to keep your stuff clean. You want to keep your stuff clean and free from dirt, grime, rust, or anything pitting and stuff like that all the time. But now that we're getting to the warmer months where we like to practice with, whatever firearm we're working with, with some type of shooting sports we're doing. If it's clay shooting, if it's, steel shooting, knockdown steel, speed on steel, punching paper, bowling pin shooting or whatever, the gun's got to perform. It's just, nothing sucks, Lou. You can contest to this when you're out there and they go, shoot and make ready, beep, and you're shooting, and then you get 3 shots into it and you get a jam, and then you're racking it to try to clear out, and it, especially on your first run, and it messes your whole day up. That's it.
100%.
You can't shake it off.
It's in your head. It's in your head at that point.
It's in your head for the rest of the day. You this, that, exactly. So,
but
I mean,
I'll just add a little bit to what you said. I agree 1,000,000%. Sure. But gun storage is sometimes more important than gun maintenance and cleaning. And let me elaborate for 5 seconds if we have time.
So I'll give you this, and then I'll let you go with it. Gun storage is still part of gun maintenance because your gun's got to be stored.
Okay. No. I'm just going to take it to another level. How's that sound? All right. So gun storage, in my opinion, this is the time of the year where I go from hunting and into shooting. And I have maybe 3 or 4 shotguns I'll shoot, 2 ARs, and some handguns for the steel. So what I do is I take everything out of the safe, a little at a time, and I clean and lubricate everything to put it away for, let's say, the summer.
Yeah.
Now I know it's fingerprint free. It has a coating of Ballistol or whatever I'm going to use to give it that coating, and it's put away. And I know if I need it, it's ready to be used. Because I'm one of those guys that after I shoot it, I clean it that night and put it back in the safe. Some guys will leave their guns or just throw them in the safe and clean them when they get a chance. I don't like to let the stuff cake on and build up or whatever. I like, if I go to have a match at my local club and I shoot 2 handguns and 1 other gun, I'll clean everything that night, put it all away. Or I'll break them down, spray them, and clean them next morning. Normally I'm off on a Monday. So that Monday is my day, in my shop to do all of that. But that's what I mean by storage. You know what I mean? Like you're going to put it in a sock or in your dehumidified safe. You know what I'm saying?
Explain to what you mean by sock for people that don't.
Well, I would have brought one in. I didn't think of it. I should have brought one in. The gun socks you can buy from Cabela's or many different places. Midway, right? I have Midway ones also. Field and Stream. All the ones you buy, they have their, they'll be green, some are gray, some are black, some are, tan. They all have that silicone on the rag, 90% of them. So when you put them in there, it also will sort of prevent a little bit of rust. And they have a little zip tie on the top. Some even have a little spot where you can label it. This is my, my Browning A5 or my, pre-64 Model 70. You know what I'm saying?
They make them in various sizes. They make various shapes, scoped, unscoped handguns. They make them for.
They make them for handguns too. I have one for handguns also.
Yeah. So
actually, I got it as a gift. The one for handguns. I didn't even know they had them until Vincent gave me one.
Yeah, we were at. I think I was shooting knockdown steel. One of the swag bags. There was two of them in there. There was one. It was a complete sock. It was a miniature version of like the one with the little drawstring, and then they had one that both ends were open, that you slid it into that and then put it into a soft case for traveling and stuff like that. Kind of like the Henry Big Boy gives you that that little protective thing.
Oh, the little thing to protect the golden receiver, right? Right. Okay.
Very similar like that.
Okay.
So I mean, I like them. They especially if you clean your gun, you put it in, you put it in the safe. It prevents them little nicks on your wood and stuff like that. You get them. We would call them the little gun kisses that drive your mind. crazy that you just dinged your new freaking shotgun or an old, your
Well,
old Land Rover.
once you dinged it, then you got to worry about it no more.
Yeah, well, once I ding it, I
You
get
can
like
just drag it through the mud and use it like a real gun.
yeah, I get like a bitch. One ding, I'm like a little bitch. I can't shake it off. So, but coming in, we're in spring now. So I mentioned in the last podcast that I was down at a turkey. I was turkey hunting down in Maryland. So I went down. Was it last week? The week before I went down. So I hunted on Friday. Nick came down. My son, he came down, hunted on Saturday. So Friday morning, walk into the woods at like 4:45 in the morning. You walk it in, and I go to an outfitter down near Schrader's. I love the place. They're very good to me. I hunted with Taylor was my guide this year. He came from great stock. He came from one of our near and dear friends, Mr. Lou down there. Lou was another great guy. But I got to say, Taylor was insane, man. We walked into the woods and he's hooting like an owl from his mouth, and you got Tom shouting back at us and everything. And we got right in their neighborhood, but we just couldn't close the deal in the woods. And then, later that morning we were set up in the field. We had a decoy out, we're sitting in the ground blind, and I had a nice Jake come out, 50 yards, boom, one shot. He kind of, you could see the puff of feathers. He squatted down. I thought he was done. He got up again. He told me shoot him again. I shot at him the second time. I missed, which spun him around. And then he came right at me and he flew in the air. And I probably shot him about 25 yards out from me in the air, like we were goose hunting. And he flopped right down like a goose, man. He was high up there, but I was pretty stoked. It was a really nice, nice hunt, very memorable and stuff. And then the following morning, we go back out. We were able to get closer into where they were roosting in the trees. Yet again, couldn't close the deal. He had two hens he was on. We were clucking. They were clucking. Obviously, he was going with the real thing. And probably about 20 after 7, we got a text message. Nick was hunting with his father, with Taylor's father. And he what do you call it? Nick got a nice Jake too. So my Jake was decent. He had 2 beards. Nothing to write home about, but still, we're really not, all about the trophy, more about the food aspect of it. But and that was Saturday, and then Monday, Santo was out. I don't want to say opening day in Pennsylvania, but Santo drilled a really really nice tom. Same thing, field hunting, a couple decoys out there, calling them in. First thing at daybreak, he drilled that nice turkey, and that was a really nice spurs and a nice beard on it, and stuff like that. But I got some pictures, Mike, if you got them, if you want to post them out.
Yeah.
And,
which ones you want, Andrew? You want the just from you from here? This
yeah,
is you.
that's me with my Jake. And I was when we came out of the woods in the morning, that was right in the field. That's Nick with his bird.
How heavy are they, Andrew?
And that's Santo. My bird fully dressed out, clean. I plucked the whole thing, so it looks like a turkey you get from the supermarket. He was like just over 15 pounds.
That's nice size. It's very good.
Yeah, it's a nice bird. That's Nick's bird. That's mine.
Yeah. They are dead. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I tell you, I got into turkey hunting a couple of years ago. Went with Lewis and I have a friend, this gentleman Dave, went with him. He got to say, he might be a bit of a bullshitter artist on many aspects of the hunting. He tells them tall tales, but you cannot take away turkey hunting from him. He is making
makes his own calls. Yeah.
He makes scratch calls he'll find a piece somebody's thrown out, like a piece of slate in front of the house.
Very handy. He's very handy.
He'll make calls out of pretty much anything. Big pen tube. It's amazing stuff that he can do. And then, I was out with him a couple of years ago, and we were calling. He was just calling, and he's calling just to show me like how his calls sound. We didn't anticipate on a tom calling back to us. And this was like early. I don't even think New York season was open. I think it was like mid-April or early April. We just went to his house, just to go check on and see what the winter did after him. Him closing everything down. And we were standing on his front porch, and he's like, I got this call. And it's like he made a box call out of seed. And he's like, and I got this, and he's calling this, and then he's doing the wing bone, and he's making another call. And then he's got another call. It was very raspy. When he hit that, it was like not even 20 seconds later, the Tom just called back and everything. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, we walked up the hill into the woods, and he's calling. I got it on because I had my my video camera with me. I got it on tape. I just got to figure out what I did with the SD card. But we called for a good. It was 20 minutes. We were calling back and forth at Brendan. He finally showed himself, and it looked like a picture out of a magazine. He all his feathers, big long beard, and everything. I was like, holy cow! But Dave, I got to say, when it comes to turkey hunting, Dave is probably he's a really, really good. He's really good at it. That much I got to say. He taught me a lot. So from that is when I kind of got into turkey hunting and everything. And you what we do is we'll go with some outfitters, time to time, just to see exactly what they're doing and learn. It's an outing. And it's kind of like you're paying to go to school to see exactly what they do and how they're doing it and stuff like that. And I learned a lot from the years going with different outfitters. If we went deer hunting, turkey hunting, waterfowl hunting, stuff like that. And it definitely taught us a lot, and you kind of get into another sport. Spring turkey hunting is a lot of fun. It got me, like I said, when we did it a few years ago, it got me hook, line, and sinker. So just another way to stretch out the hunting season. And wild turkey is very good, man. I enjoy eating it. So that was I got a couple of recipes. I'm going to try some either like a turkey pastrami, like we were talking the last time, give it a little brine, or I don't know. I might try Lewis's favorite recipe that I make, the cutlets with the tomato, with the bruschetta on it or something like that. So I don't know.
Sounds good.
Around. That'll be on for another segment. We'll do that somewhere down the line. But moving on. I know we're talking about gun maintenance and stuff like that, and proper care of your gun. So when you're out in the field, you gotta have something. I mean, what happens if you only so I went hunting, I went duck hunting, I don't know, a couple months back, walking out of the blind, dropped my gun, trigger guard down the mud into the receiver, the whole nine and everything. Didn't have my gear bag with me. So, I had a bottle of water. I'm trying to clean it. I didn't want to pop the pins out to do anything, where I was. I didn't feel comfortable if I dropped the part or if I dropped the trigger guard and I lost it and stuff like that. So I just kind of, opened the gun, left the action open, sat there and hung out with my buddies for the rest of the day, and we did what we had to do. But if I did have my cleaning, I got like my little bag that I got and stuff like that. And it's always good to carry a field bag, to carry, to have some gear in it, my bags. I listed everything that I got. So, I mean, obviously you got a bag to carry everything. I usually take some type of little cleaning mat or a towel that you can clean over. If you drop a pin or you drop something out, it falls into that so you can catch it. You don't want to lose it if you don't have the ability to work on a table or a bench or a flat surface or something like that. Some type of cleaning solvent, gun oil. I mean, Lewis and I for years used just any generic carburetor cleaner. Cleans the carbon out, does what it's got to do. It worked very, very well. I usually bring, a basic, push rod. I carry a boar snake. If I'm using my shotgun, I got a boar snake, and I got I'll have my either like a little Otis kit, or I'll have like a regular basic. I can't think of it. I bought it on Amazon. It was like a little kit. It comes in a green pouch. Looks like an old school pencil case, and it's got one of the rods. It's got almost like a cable inside, and it connects. And if you, God forbid, you got something obstruction in the barrel and stuff like that. I mentioned on last show I had that episode when we were goose hunting. I had mud like halfway up the barrel, but you gotta carry some stuff in the field. I have like a little set of like little utility brushes, or old toothbrushes or something like that. But all this stuff helps you in the field. I mean, if your gun's dirty and you're stovepiping, at least it'll get you through where you're going to have a good day, little flashlight. I got those gun cleaning Q-tips. They're wood Q-tips. And I think the cotton on top is a little bit, I want to say a little more durable than regular Q-tips because you don't got to worry about like when you're getting into like the little nook and crannies where you're leaving like little fibers from it behind. A good multi-tool. I have, I got a little gun tool set that I bought from Midway. Just little basics. I mean, you don't want to take everything with you, but you want to have just a little bit of enough if you don't have a spare gun to keep yourself going, or if you got your buddy
if
with
you
you or
don't,
something.
if you want to feel without a knife, you're already at a big disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because basically, if you have to cut yourself free from something, or you need to get a shell that's large, anything you have to do that you shouldn't do with a knife could come in handy.
Yeah, I agree.
And Cabela's and a lot of these other major companies, I don't want to start listing them, like Cheaper Than Dirt and them, you can buy a little kit that has 2 or 3 rods you can screw together, has all 4 or 5 caliber brushes, and even a nylon brush that if you get stuck in the field, you can put it together. You put a couple of patches in there and you can zip it a little bit. And they even make little things of like Ballistol, like even WD-40, they make a little one that you can put, it's like a, not aerosol, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can squirt a little bit on there. I mean, that's, if you get messed up, that will be the difference between continuing to hunt or going home.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I like Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight usually got all this stuff, but Harbor Freight sells them little bottles you're talking about. They sell them little plastic bottles for oils and stuff, and they got them with the long
little pin on it,
tiny, the pin top on it. They got it like a little regular thing and stuff like that. So, like the Ballistol, I buy the big can, and I'll pour some of that in there, and I'll take a little bit with me and stuff like that. Ballistol also got. I've been buying this for a while. They have them little wipes. As soon as I saw them little disposable wipes, like the little wet naps you get, those things are freaking good because
those are awesome.
You keep a couple in a bag. You're out a day, and it's like questionable if it's going to rain, and you got a shotgun that you're worried about it getting pitted. It's not an all-weather gun. When you're done, you wipe everything down, you rub that little thing on it, and it's a good field clean until you get home. Till you do a general cleaning on.
It's a perfect temporary fix to the weather of the day.
100%. I keep disposable gloves in there, because if you, God forbid, you're deer hunting. I mean, if you're deer hunting, you got issues like that, then you got to worry about the chemical scent and stuff like that. If you drop your gun,
that's different.
It's an entirely different thing. But I mean, and the last thing that if I'm out, I hate to have that smell on my hands if I was using a carburetor cleaner or something like that. So, I mean, I got it like a little perfect bag. I got it. It's always in my stuff. It's, I keep that and my first aid bag together. And the 2 things you should really,
absolutely
always have with you when you go out and stuff like that.
That's a good idea for another show. A field list. Like the Moose would say, you have to have matches, you should have this, you should have that. We should make that list. A little piece of string, rope, and there's all various reasons why you should have all these items. He had a list or a reason when he taught his class to new hunters for the hunter safety course of what all the significance of all those things were, and we could cover that one day. That would be fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. And also
new hunters and even old hunters sometimes learn a new trick now and then. I'm never too old to learn.
Yeah. Also with the list of 17 appetizers and the 4-course meal you brought in the woods, along with all your shit.
There were certain things you couldn't take out of the Moose. You know what I mean?
No. He had a Bialy in his pack for like 2 weeks with cream cheese. The cream cheese was yellow around the edge. It's still good.
He still eat it. He don't care. He still eat it. Put it on a little stir-on thing. Heat it up 5 minutes. That's like it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's good.
I was in the trenches of World War II eating stuff. I'm like, okay, Moose.
God bless you. Exactly. So coming into with the shooting sports and everything, we got Lou does a lot of speed on steel. We do a lot of knockdown steel, a lot of clay shooting and stuff like that. So this is the season. You want to get out there, you want to use your equipment. Now's when you're going to put it to the test and to do what it's got to do.
If your equipment is clean and maintained properly, you'll have a better time at the range or at one of your events every single time.
No, I agree.
There's no doubt about that.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. Listen, we've got guns that were willed to us, that were left to us, that we bought from people that, passed on when they were retiring, moving out of state and stuff like that. We got stuff that's from the 30s, 1920s. One of your Browning shotgun is
1926.
1926. So, and it still looks like the day they put it on the shelf at Montgomery
We
Ward
keep
or
everything
Wimmer.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I have a 1937 side by side.
yeah. So, I mean,
They're very old.
proper gun storage, gun maintenance, it's very important, as as it always should be. I mean, you have a firearm, you put a projectile in it that's got gunpowder to make a little explosion to shoot a projectile at the barrel. It's got to be maintained and protected 100%.
Absolutely.
No malfunctions and stuff like that. So if guests do come on, we can always talk about their product. Mike, roll those pictures. I used the Ballistol solution. You were saying on leather. So Mike, put that before picture of that catcher's mitt up. So that was a catcher's mitt. It was in rough shape
Our
when I got it.
grandfathers.
Yeah, it was a rough shape when I got it. I really didn't have time to dedicate with it and seeing what the hell I could do. Lewis and I were talking a couple of days prior, and he's like, it says it's good on leather, good on wood, good on everything. So I did a little spot on it, and there you go. I was like, wow. It was insane, and it was really dried. And I mean, it had some dirt and little spots on it. And then I did the whole mitt, everything and out. It's I did a couple times. That's after maybe 2 or 3 times I did it, and then on the inside I did it, and it really hydrated that leather. I mean, that glove is old.
Let me tell you, when I was a little boy, my grandfather had that in his garage. That glove is probably 85 years old.
Yeah, so I mean, it really restored it. It really hydrated that leather. I was pretty impressed with it. And then I have an old chair like in my little workroom there, and it's an old oak chair. I don't know where it came from, but somebody gave it to me. So I had that little can and I sprayed it on the top and I put it on there, hydrated the wood. I mean, I put a couple coats in there. You definitely would need a bigger can of it than when I was using. I didn't want to waste my can, but I was just looking for things to try to
See what I can do.
Yeah, and I tell you, I was impressed with it. It really, like it hydrated that wood. I was like, wow. I was very, very impressed. And he cleaned it, put a nice finish on it and everything. So I was pretty impressed. I told you a couple of weeks ago, actually, you were here when we did Easter here. Nick and Giacomo and Chris and Massimo and Dakota, they were all messing around on his dirt bike. They're trying to get his dirt bike running, can't get his dirt bike running. So I'm like, pull the spark plug out. Somebody please pull the spark plug out. They pulled it out. Giacomo gave it to me. I went downstairs to go get like a piece of sandpaper to go clean it. And there was a can of that right on my little counter. So I took it, I sprayed it, I wiped it off, I cleaned it, then I sprayed some inside of it. I covered it with a paper towel and I shook it and I cleaned it. And then I just hit it with a little nylon brush and I brought it outside. Giacomo was like, did you go buy a brand new spark plug? I was like, no, I cleaned it. He put it in there, maybe 2 or 3 kicks, the thing started right up. So it works. It really works. It's a good product. I'm like I said, we've been using it for a while and I'm happy, we contacted each other on social media and stuff like that. So,
it's 100% skin safe too. You get it on your skin, it doesn't hurt you at all, which a lot of them are not.
No, you get that Ezox or that stuff on you. You, like I said,
you spray that in the house. Like Ezox cologne for 3 weeks. Gets in your pores. You can't even get it out.
Listen, you get it on the cuff of your shirt. It's like your shirt's ruined, so but I'm saying it's a good product. It's just a little harsh with the chemical and stuff like that. Where this is not. This is,
I believe, made from natural stuff.
Yeah,
coal and oils, and the other one is made from. It's a synthetic product, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So I'm happy with it. I like using it and stuff like that. So it definitely, I fired off those 2 shots from my shotgun, turkey hunting. I mean, I made sure my gun was ready to rock and roll before I went turkey hunting. And it was like, boom, boom. I shot them 2 shots real quick. So it definitely helps. And then, so Friday night, Nick and I shot around the Clays. Both guns, his 1187, my 1187, both guns were cleaned. I cleaned it and everything. Both, with Ballistol. And we shot I think we shot around the 50 on Saturday, and then we shot another round on Friday. Then we shot another round of 100 on Saturday. So
That's 4 rounds. 4 rounds of
Yeah.
25. That's good.
So we shot a lot of stuff. I mean, I shot this weekend, same gun, and I just did a what do you call it, like a bore snake through the gun and just a light wipe down. So, from 1 week to another, I shot what I shot. I think I shot. I shot 100 this weekend. I shot 2 rounds of skeet, 2 rounds of scat trap. So, and I just bore snaked the gun and gave it a light wipe, got my fingerprints off it, put it in the case and put it in the safe. So good product. I'm happy with it. So
what did you say about the feed tube when you're talking about the tube underneath the front foreguard? You said when you clean that, how the action works so much.
Oh,
with
the stainless magazine tube, where you got your port where your barrel is, where the gas comes out. So there's always excessive carbon buildup and stuff like that there. So my gun was clean. So what I did was so just to try to balance all the stuff out. So I gave it, a nice little coat, of that on that stainless steel tube. I gave the whole gun a nice little coating of it, make sure everything was well protected with it. So after shooting all those rounds and everything, and so from shooting, down in Maryland and shooting this weekend, you take it off. There was like no buildup. There was a little buildup inside the ring on the barrel where it's, where it slides onto that magazine, like up in there, there's always going to be some buildup. It was nothing. I mean, whatever was there was like a light. I wiped it right off and that was it.
And normally I need like steel wool to get that off sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes like exactly. I use like you taught me you get the
4-0 steel wool.
Yeah,
just put a little lubricant on and go like this a little bit to get it off.
And you get it off.
Once
exactly.
it's clean, then it works really well.
Yeah. So what Ballistol did, like I was telling you, it was almost like a like a Teflon coating. Like we were talking about.
It stopped the carbon from building up on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, the gun and, it was snappier, as you hit the gun to put it in battery, it was, snapping.
Yeah.
Shut,
clink.
Shut. Yeah. Like where you'd be afraid to, like you put your finger
if your fingers in there, you're going to get chopped off, right?
You're going to have a serious problem. Exactly. So, listen, we try different products out and stuff like that. Just, now you put it to the test and now you try to put it through some harsh environments and stuff like that. And I was very impressed with the overall performance of it. So, we're definitely going to keep it in. We'll keep it in a box.
Absolutely.
So
I see it as a plus.
Exactly. I see it as a plus, moving on with some topics. So, our producer, Mike and his friend, Ray, I promised them, and, I don't know if they're scared to come with me, but we were talking about spring camping, and
you meant this spring, Andrew?
The spring.
The spring.
You're lucky it's almost over.
Yeah, exactly. I was very kind to you guys. I didn't break your chops, but spring and especially the spring could be a little cold. I mean, being up in Pennsylvania or upstate New York, it's still it's still in the mid 30s at night. It's going down, the heat's kicking on and stuff like that. So, Mike, maybe we'll have a little outing. Let's say sometime in June.
Yes, I'm in. I'm all in.
All right. So what we're going to plan, Mike. So, just to get out, if shooting's not your thing, hey, that's fine. Fishing's your thing. That fishing, I think, is a beautiful thing. But, you do a little camping trip weekend, maybe you do a canoe or kayak trip, with that, and you get out there, do some fishing, then you always got a little campfire and you can always cook what you got to get going.
The shooting and the campfire, I'm all in. Fishing and kayaking, that I could do without.
You could do without that.
Without that.
You don't like fishing?
No, I hate fishing. You know what it is, Lou? I catch a fish and then I have to touch the fish and it's squirming in my hand. I just hate that feeling.
You know who hated fishing? My father always hated fishing because you know what he said? It's boring. I ain't standing there with a pole in my hand. I ain't fishing. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
I love to go fishing. As long as nobody's bothering me, I love fishing.
a secret that I do is I don't put any bait on the hook. So I never.
You have to take the fish off.
Yeah, exactly. So I look like I'm fishing, have a cigar maybe, and that's about it.
All right. Well, listen, we know then what your role is when we go.
I'll watch the stuff.
You can watch the stuff. Exactly. So, but, like I said, we definitely, I mean, spring is here. The nice weather's coming. It's nice to get out to go camping. You can always go online, check your local, uh, you know, state parks, federal parks, stuff like that, campgrounds. I mean, if you really want to go crazy, you can look up, state parks. Harriman has a bunch of trails you can walk in. I think there's a 7 mile and
There's some nice ones on Long Island also. They don't have to
there's
go
nice
crazy
Long
to go there.
Island, there's Jersey and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You can walk in. If you don't want to do, so what you'll do, you'll get out to hike and you'll get out there, you get your steps in for the day.
Definitely
you know,
protect
you
yourself
go
from the
camp.
ticks.
Yeah, I'm all for
Yeah,
the
well-
shooting. The shooting's good. I like that.
All
Yeah.
right. So, well,
Shooting,
we'll,
walking, and camping.
we'll plan something where we can get you out and do what you like to do, Mike. I promise you that.
Mike, there's
and then-
places upstate they go glamping where they have like little huts
I
with
saw
like air conditioning and everything. That's more my speed.
That's no.
Couple of Michelob Ultras, we're good to go.
Listen, not that. Listen, if you're on a trip where you got adults and you're in a campground area by today's standards, no matter where you go, there's some type of microbrewery, winery, or distillery within a short drive. And I'm pretty sure if you Google somewhere in the Catskills within, I would say, a half-hour drive, and all these places have one of those little bus pickup that they'll pick you up and take you back to your campsite.
They
So-
want your money. They want
They
your
want your
money.
money.
Don't worry.
Exactly. We said in last podcast that, the pandemic, humans like to be socially, we're social people. You want to be together and stuff like that. The pandemic kind of, made people go a little stir crazy, with that, I mean, you were home with your family and stuff like that, but you were, you were on the lockdown. So that social gathering you couldn't do. So by today's standards, everybody's looking to go hang out and do stuff. So
Yeah, and a new term they used, Andrew, is they're calling it revenge travel. I guess because you couldn't travel the last 2 years, so
okay.
you're gonna go for it now. And
Well, yeah, and proof of that is gasoline is very high, and people are still going where they're going to go.
I heard
There's no shortage of cars on the road, boy. With the price
There's
of
a
fuel.
lot of traffic. I can tell you that. I travel every day
I heard
to
the
go to
best,
work.
I heard the best thing yesterday. Somebody told me I got a good price for gas, $4.59. I never thought I'd hear that in my life.
I
Yeah.
never thought I'd hear that either.
Lou and I were talking today. You come out of the Holland Tunnel. There's a gas station over there. I think he's in the 420s for cash. And
And
like
they're
you
on
said,
the line
sick-
to get it.
Yeah, there's a line to get it. As sick as you, it sounds, Mike. You're like, ooh,
420.
425.
Wow.
That's a great price.
Right.
I filled my car up today, it was $4.41, and I thought that was a decent price.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go all the way down to the big Costco to save another nickel. I said, fuck, I'll just get it right here.
I really missed the 189.
So do I.
Yes, 100%.
That's another
know,
show.
So yeah, it's another show exactly. So, so if somebody like Mike doesn't like fishing, doesn't like canoe or kayaking for maybe some deliverance type reasons or whatever, Mike, we will not have bow and arrows. We'll be able to protect you in a more civilized manner. But so if you don't want to get out, you can always have a party in the backyard. Like my backyard during the pandemic, my kids, for a birthday and Father's Day gift, made me a really nice fire pit. A circular pit. They bought a fire ring on I forgot what site they bought it. One of them, I think it was like Northern, and it's a metal ring and it's got a grate that swings in and out that you can cook on and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's nice.
you rock the backyard with you get a little campfire, you can cook on it. Invite some friends over, everybody can do like a little potluck and you can, grill and hang out outside.
I have a
Do
nice,
your own little
I have a
yeah.
nice little portable, like a drive-in movie screen projector.
Yes.
thing. We got that, and we could hook something up.
Sounds like my backyard.
So
You have
Mike,
that too?
Mike would be entertainment and we could be food and beverage, like Jeff would say.
Yeah, that's my idea of camping is Nick comes out with his friends for the weekend. We go to the liquor store and then we eat, drink, and have the fire pit on all night. And the next day we go to the range. And that's my idea of camping.
That's good. That sounds like a good.
Yeah. Or we go to the stock car races at Wall. Another nice night.
But we got, like I said, with the weather getting warm, we're planning a couple trips down one of the I think it's the East Branch of Delaware. We're gonna travel from Hancock down. We're gonna see how far we can get. We're gonna do a 2-day trip Mike, you're more than welcome. Like I said, we got some canoes, we got some kayaks, we got some dry bags and stuff like that. So I've been mapping it out. We're probably gonna do it, I would say, late June, sometime in July. But you're more than welcome to come. We'd love to have you. Maybe we could put a little we'll put a little GoPro on you as you come down, and we could play some of the footage on one of the podcasts.
Yeah,
two-day trip.
I have GoPros. I have all little portable stuff. Make a nice little production of me on the shore watching you on the canoe.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, ready? Here's 2 words for you. No bathroom.
Yeah, that might be a tough one, but
there you go.
Hey, listen, I went 8 days down to Grand Canyon. I went from Lee's Ferry to the Barton Ranch in Utah, and we did a whitewater rafting trip, and it was cool. It was a lot of fun. The bathroom situation was a little something to be desired. It was I forgot what the actual name of it was called, but it's called OSCA was the acronym for it. And it was the largest ammo can that I've ever seen with a toilet seat on it. And because you could not leave, your waste behind in the Grand Canyon. So, if you were fortunate enough to go first thing in the morning, you got a fresh ammo can. If you were the last one at night before they packed that sucker away, it was brutal. That was the only downside of the trip, dude. Other than that, I mean, I saw some beautiful stuff. I saw the wildlife that I saw, was insane. Yeah, exactly. No, but it was a nice trip. It was a nice
I'm not that adventurous anymore.
It was a nice trip. And then you get out at the bottom and they take you, there's a helicopter ride that you take to, you take you out to the Barton Ranch and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. So
your friend Dave, you talk about your buddy Dave, the turkey guy, right?
Yeah.
Craw Dave. So he would tell you when he come by our house upstate, this ain't roughing it. You actually have a bathroom and a kitchen. It was his house. They burned the garbage in that stove for heat.
Well, his house was
it was a lean-to or whatever you want.
I referred to it. It was an A-frame. I referred to it as the wooden tent because it looked like a wooden tent. But we went camping, at campgrounds where you use their canvas tent, and I would tease him all the time that had better accommodations than his place. But I mean, it was cool. I would have rather stayed in a tent than stay in that place. That's just my my feelings on that. It was a little rough. I didn't.
For Frankie to wake up in the middle of the night and tell you, get your
let's
stuff,
go.
We're leaving.
It ain't
that good.
Well, you know what it was? It was the kerosene that he was burning with the kerosene stove with the Pepsi bottles. With the Pepsi bottles that he was heating the freaking place with, that were like,
oh God,
I couldn't take it. And I kept telling him, don't. He was burning. No, realistically, he was burning the kerosene heater. The place wasn't insulated, which was horrible. We, Rob, another friend of ours, and I kept telling him, let's insulate it, and not even like we were going to buy the solid foam, the boards that you could buy at Home Depot. We thought, well, if we do that, at least you'll get a little more, hang time of heat in there.
Yeah, a little off factor, like.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was burning. He had a kerosene heater upstairs in the loft, kerosene heater downstairs, and then he had that old stove, which wasn't even a proper stove to heat the place. It was a cook stove. It was an old Pittsfield stove to cook on, and he was using that to heat the house, so it didn't have a big enough firebox to give it a long burn. But he would put coal in there. Now I'm getting paranoid because you don't burn coal right or something like that. I don't want to get carbon monoxide poison, stuff like that. So I would sleep half on the deck. Now you know what
I'll tell you, let's go.
Frankie told me in the middle of the night, he elbowed me. We were sleeping on the couch, and I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I want to leave. Let's go." I'm like, "Go where?" He's like, "Let's go now. Let's leave." It was comical because he looked like out of the Blair Witch Project when they got the flashlight in front of their face and they're screaming. He had his headlamp in front of his face, like, "Let's go now, please. Let's go. I'm scared." Listen, I'm all for roughing it. Listen, I've been camping, cold weather camping. I've been camping out in the Four Seasons and stuff like that. if you're prepared for anything, you make do with what you got. Like I said, I would have preferred to sleep in a tent on his property than in his house, or I would have preferred if he didn't put any of the heat on, and I would have just got into my 0-degree bag and been done with it. You put a ski cap on and you're done, and that's the end of it. You pray you don't got to get up in the middle of the night to go to the men's room, because it's like the effort to get out. But sometimes you need to get out because your body holding your urine, now your body's acting as like a water heater to heat the urine. So you want to have it out of your system. So
that's why you always have that warm feeling after you pee sometimes when you're in the woods.
Exactly. So, because your body's trying to heat the urine in your bladder. So not to get graphic, but there's Mike, I promised we'll get you out there. I would say towards the second half of June, I'm going to look at some things and we'll get you out there.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to start packing. I'm going to start packing a bag.
And we'll get you a nice lounge chair from the Shoreline, and we'll get you one of them little helmets with some straws and stuff like that. And this way you could just sit there and we'll get you some, I guess, some of them selfie sticks.
Yeah, and I don't need a lounge chair. I could rough it on a log.
Okay. All right, there you go. That's roughing it then. All right. Well, make sure you get a little padded seat if you can sit on a log. That's all. We'll take care of you. Nothing but the best for you, Mike.
That's great. Thank you.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Different people's different degree of how they can handle things and do things. I'll turn the clock back out. We're behind Zeke's house. When my son Phil's about 7. He got about a foot of snow on the floor. It's like 35 degrees. So I go, oh, it's so beautiful. We can stay all day. He leans over with that squeaky voice. He was a little kid. He goes, what do we eat? I go, go to your uncle. He's about 100 yards that way. Go. See that orange hat over there? That's your uncle. Go. He was like, walking in the snow.
I looked like a 7-year-old kid with no limit on a credit card when I had in my bag for goodies.
Oh, yeah. You guys always were.
We always had good stuff. You name it, we got it, from them little chocolate nibs to Twizzlers to freaking to Snickers. In case somebody was angry, they needed a Snickers.
I was the chocolate milk. These guys have potato chips. They have everything in their little bag of treats.
Yeah. You needed a freaking pack mule to walk into the woods 200 yards of all the crap we had. But it was like Bob. Bob had more crap in his.
We went to Carolina. He goes, I take this. It was a little thing. It was like applesauce. He had Kit Kats. He had this is for energy. This is a nuts with
a little peanut butter.
Yeah, he had all kinds of stuff. Like, what are we going to do with all of this? Only going for it's a 3-hour sit. What are we going to do?
3 hours.
I'm not going to safari.
We're going to be there for 3 hours. Exactly. And you know what? If I'm tired, I could text the guy and he'll come pick me up.
Exactly. Like in Maryland, what was it like? 10 below zero that day? And the guy's like, if you guys can't handle it, call me. I'll pick you up by about 9, 10 o'clock. It was like 8:50. We're like, Texas, brother, we're going out of here.
That was probably the roughest trip that I've ever been to. We hunted.
That was cold. Windy and cold that day.
We hunted everywhere. That was probably one of the roughest trips.
I went to Montana. That was really cold.
That was cold, man. That was literally like
Eastern shore of Maryland in January and February can be brutally cold.
Don't forget,
you wouldn't think it.
We drove down. We had
in a snowstorm.
We had a snowstorm, exactly. So we drove down in the snowstorm that we got hit up here, and they got hit with just as bad as the snowstorm here. And then, I mean, I was praying. Like, he put me out in my stand. He's like, oh, you got to go over there. I'm like, I hope I'm in a ground blind. I'm hoping to ground blind. I'm hoping to ground blind. And I was in a 2-man ladder stand, and it was one of them tall ones. And the tree, I was like getting seasick. The tree was swaying back and forth, back and forth. I was like,
and I was in a 1-man ladder stand in a little valley, and I saw a ton of deer, no bucks, all those.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
It was a great day. It was a great day. I'm not going to complain. It wasn't a good day. But we had those muffs, and the first ones we brought forward with the good ones had the plastic. Remember the plastic on them?
Yeah.
So you could text or whatever. I wouldn't take my fingers out of that thing. I was like, had 2 hand warmers. It was freezing.
We had the
Mickey Mouse boots. Yeah, military Mickey Mouse boots.
That was the year Gerard missed that big deer.
Yes.
That he
blamed it on the gun.
He blamed it on the gun. Blamed the gun. That he swore that the guy didn't look for it. I'm like, Gerard, I'm balls deep in snow. I go, if you hit this thing, there'd be a blood trail. Obviously, there'd be a red blood trail on the white snow, dude. He's like, he didn't look enough. He didn't look enough. Like, and then he blamed them when we established that he missed it. He blamed the gun. So everybody's got the excuses.
Just remember one thing: everybody does not get a trophy.
No, not everybody gets a trophy. Exactly. Well, if you come with us, you eat good. So that I guess that is a trophy. But then again, we met some nice people hunting over the years and stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
It's like in the off season, you're getting phone calls and text messages. Hey, what are we going to do for dinner? My wife's going to make this. I'm going to make that. We're going to do this.
Who invited you?
Yeah, exactly.
Who invited you?
And we were talking about today with Mr. Alvarez with the making the
cafe con leche. Yeah. Coffee with the heated milk. Excellent.
Yeah, that was good. That was good on top of the cannolis and the cheesecake that Santo brought.
Oh boy.
Santo made, I should say, and then brought. But
we don't. We're never not eating good. I can tell you that part.
Listen, it all revolves back to some
to the food
and stuff like that. Exactly. So like I was saying before with the turkey. So with Nick's, I breasted it out. I bought on Amazon. You were here. I told you I ordered it around Christmas time and only came like a couple weeks ago. I ordered a brine bucket. So it's a 3-gallon bucket.
Actually, what was in that box? That's right, brine bucket.
I was like, what? I go, what the hell is this? You're like, it was on your steps when I got here, So I opened it. I ordered it Christmas time, and it just came, came the Saturday before.
Might have been on back order.
Yeah. So it's a 3-gallon bucket, but it's narrow. And you put your brine, but you put your meat and stuff in there, and then it's got a top. You put the top down, and it goes all the way down, and then you turn it so it keeps the brine above the meat, and the meat stays down.
Oh,
so
like it pushes it down. Like I follow.
Yeah, so it gets a better. What do you call like penetration?
It's better soak, like I guess.
Yeah, exactly. A better soak that's the word that I was looking for. And so actually, I'm trying to get in touch with Giuseppe because I think he was up by his mom. He said he had some of the woodcock breast in the freezer up by his mom's house. So I want to hook up with him, and when I do a big brine, I'll we'll make some. I want to make pastrami out of Nick's turkey, out of the breast. He wants me to do the legs too, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll put a brine on it, and maybe we'll smoke the turkey legs. Try to make like a pastrami turkey leg or something like that. But Nick wants that's what he wants. We'll do some Reubens. He's going to be home on leave for a couple weeks before he gets shipped out. So we'll have some good eating. I'm also going to do, I got the brine going. I mean, obviously I'll brine, the turkey or some type of, bird, with all the birds, but I'm definitely I've got some roast in the freezer that I want a venison roast. I'm going to make some venison pastrami and stuff like that. So we got a couple game parties coming up. Actually, I got another game cooking class that I got a gentleman won last year, one of the events I donated. So that's going to be the first week in June. And then we have a game party coming up in July over locally here. I'm just waiting to confirm the venue with the local place over here. So as soon as we get that, we'll post that out. And then we're still trying to lock up with the place out in Jersey by Lewis for the restaurant.
I'll be there Friday night, so I will speak to Vinny in person.
Yeah, so we'll find
try
out.
to hammer out a date. When next time we come on, I'll have a date for everybody.
That'll be perfect. So got
do that for sure. Some things to look forward to.
Yeah, we got some, some recipes we want to. Obviously, we're the big thing that we've been making and that everybody's ranting and raving over are the those raviolis that we make or the stuffed shells that we make on the smoker. So that's something that's definitely going to get out there. We got to get made, and we'll get some more of it. But I've been playing around with some recipes. I got some things to do. As soon as I perfect them, we'll put them on there. I got a cooking video that I'm in the process of doing with the gentleman from Alan from Sideways Productions. So once that's all said and done, we got a couple of like montage of cooking, venison cooking and game cooking that we got put out there. So,
are we going to do an ATV trip like you did last year? We should make a little video and take some pictures, and that'll be another thing. Mike, if you have an ATV, that's the one.
Mike, how's your ATV skills?
That's the trip.
Flawless.
Come. No. That'll be the trip.
We
will make some barbecue that day.
I've never rode an ATV.
Really? Come on.
I know what it stands for, though, but I never rode one.
Have you ever rode a dirt bike or a motorcycle? Nothing?
I had a moped when I was like 15.
Oh no, no.
All right. Now, listen, at least he can ride two wheels. You know what I'm saying?
He can ride on 2 wheels. The quad's got 4 wheels. Don't matter what 2 wheels
It's
skills you
easier.
got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride one of those 1800s the bicycle with the big tire.
Oh, the unicycle jobs. Yeah, have you seen those things?
No, the big tire in the front and the little one. In
Yeah.
the back.
Oh yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. The backwards 3-wheel like.
Yeah, get a little
I don't-
curly mustache.
Yeah. I don't know if I can reach
There's
the
a name
pedals.
for them. I don't even know what they call them.
I don't know if I can reach the pedals. The
You know,
freaking thing.
I'm not saying how hard is it to ride an ATV, but I'm sure there's got to be it's got to be a rough ride, right? Is that the hard part with it? Or?
No.
Yeah, I just bought a brand new one with power steering. How hard do you think it's going to be to drive?
Really?
Mike. It's
Well, the new
simple.
ones are like $10,000. They're not like $2, but they're really good.
You know what it is, Lou? Over
It's what we
here,
had in the beginning.
we don't have that much space to I can't really. What if I put it in my garage? What could I ride around like an 80 by 100 piece of property?
Well, you go upstate, Pennsylvania, out here. There's not plenty of places to ride. You
There's
may
a lot
have to
of
take it
paid
for a
trails.
ride. There's
There's-
pay trails. There's
Tug Hill, New York, where you can go. You buy a trail pass.
trail pass, right?
And you
And there's
can
some of the
ride.
ski resorts you could ride on in the summertime.
Oh,
Yeah, Holiday
I
Mountain
didn't think of
is
that.
another
Yeah.
one. There's Patriot, but
Gore
Tug
Mountain
Hill-
has it.
Tug Hill is about 250 miles of trails in the Tug Hill section of New York State, where they allow ATVs on the snowmobile trails in the off
Yeah,
season.
some snowmobile trails don't allow you to ride them because they rut them out, but some of them
Yeah.
do.
So I'm going to do Tug Hill is one of
The
those.
state
things that
trails
does.
will not let them ride, but some of them have trail systems that are privately groomed or privately maintained that you
Yeah.
can ride on.
And then you just tow it up there somehow, or you
Yeah,
have-
tow it up
trailer.
with the trailer. You trailer it
Pickup
up there,
truck,
and then
trailer.
Okay.
you park the truck with the thing, and you ride your quad the whole weekend. You go to the gas station, you go to the restaurant, if you're going to camp out, you ride it to your tent or you ride it to the hotel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have to look into that. I think I want one of those.
Yeah, I just bought a brand new one. He got a brand new one. He's ordering another one, waiting to get it now. Kevin that called in before. He's got
Yeah.
one. Yeah, we got a little
Paul's
army of
got one,
18
Frankie's
guys.
got one. I mean, we got the whole crew. We went
Everybody's
last
got one.
year. We went to one of the old anthracite mines in Pennsylvania. There was like maybe 10 or 12 of us. We went. It was a nice trip. You're on the trail. I mean, there's guys there with decked out CJ7s and who's with them UTVs and guys on dirt bikes. And I mean, there's all kinds of walks of life on those trails and stuff like that. And you gotta abide by the laws. Well, not the laws, but the rules of the
Speed
trail.
zone, some places
you
you
got
can't,
speed
you can't
zone
go,
and stuff like
you
that.
can't
You gotta
go
wear a
too
helmet.
fast. You got to wear a helmet and goggles, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, how much do they run? What does a decent one run about, money wise?
A decent
6
one,
to 8,000.
depending on what you want. I mean, there's I would say like on 6,000 for the low end.
On the low end, 10,000 on the high, on
You
the
can
real
go-
high end.
You can go up to 12,000. I mean, those Can-Am 1000s, them freaking things are.
Oh yeah, that's like for a beginner. I don't know if you want a 1,000.
No,
where
I'm
you're
just
gonna-
saying, but you want to talk about money. Those,
You can
those
shoot a
are-
30-foot rooster behind you of dirt. You want something that you can handle and it's fun to drive.
Yeah.
What's something fun to drive? You
You don't need a 250 pickup truck to pull it up there. Regular sized quad.
Yeah.
Okay.
a lot
like
of fun.
that.
And then, Mike, in the off season, what you do is you get yourself a little winch and a plow on it, and you plow
Yes.
your driveway out when it's
Plow the
snowing.
shit out of the driveway, neighbors' driveways, make a few
Absolutely.
pennies,
I'll
whatever
make
you got to do.
I'll make that money back in one season.
I'm telling you. You think I'm kidding you?
No, I'm serious. Yeah.
I would be sweated from plowing for hours. Get in my house, take my boots and my big bib off, and someone will call and go, "Oh, you forgot me. Fuck. All right, I'll put the clothes back on, the boots back on, go right back out and do them.
Wow.
Always never fails. As soon as I take the boots and the bibs up,
Yeah.
someone, bang, here comes the phone. Oh, you forgot Joe around the corner. You forgot Mike. All right, we'll put the clothes back on. And it's a ton of fun. You want to plow the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. It's if we go hunting with it, if we go trail riding with it, if I'm using it around the house or, Pennsylvania, where we are in the little area where we are, you just got to have it registered and insured, and you can ride it in the streets over there, which is pretty cool, so.
I have mine registered and insured. God forbid you're plowing and you go into the street or you got to cross the street. At least it's not a catastrophic problem. They're not going to give you a ticket. You have to, or God forbid you hit somebody or somebody's car or somebody hits you. At least you have, you're covered.
Exactly.
Okay. I just wrote that down. That's on my list.
Oh, I tell you what, if you come up by the House of State one weekend and we bring the ATVs, you'll get hooked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It just
And so here we go, Mike. So you don't like the water or canoeing and kayaking? No, that's it. We can go on.
I'll tell you the truth. I get seasick. I don't like.
Okay.
I don't
Hey,
like
listen.
boats moving. No problems. Sitting, rocking in the inlet. Forget about it. I'm as good as the anchor.
No. Listen, so we know your strength and your weaknesses. Well, so instead of going on a canoe or a kayak, you can go on the quad, and we can go. You know, you pack your quad. You gotta, they have them little like saddlebags and stuff. You pack your gear. One guy carries a tent. Two carries like your cooler and stuff. We can go riding on these trails. You can, then you ride off or you ride to a campsite and you set your camp up for the night.
Right.
So, something to do. Listen, we try to get outdoors as much as we can. If it's, like I said, if it's a motorsports, shooting sports, hiking, canoe and kayak and something like that, water sports or anything like that, anything that we can just to get outside, before the rage of the pandemic. I'm talking to my buddy Donald before on the phone, and we were talking about, going fly fishing. He's like, I don't want to go out Long Island no more. Let's go upstate. He said, since the pandemic, it's got, you're elbow to elbow with people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've been doing this stuff for many, many years. We've been doing this for, a long time. So
my big hobbies, Andrew and Lewis, so I like the outdoors. I would do that, but I'm more of, okay, when I get there, I want to send my drone up, or I want to do something.
Okay.
That's cool.
That kind of
That's
stuff.
cool.
I got some good drone stories for you.
Do you drone, Lou, or do you?
My brother-in-law had one of these big drones with the cameras and the remote controls.
Yeah.
Right in the tree. So what we did was we tied 2 snap-on wrenches and took the bow and arrow, and I shot it over the tree, and we used the 2 wrenches like zip, 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 zip to get it down.
Wow.
My brother lives in the Philippines, a retired Air Force chief, and I'll get him. He'll be down here sometime in June for like 3 weeks. I'll have him sitting next to me for one of these shows. He'll make you laugh. He's funny as hell.
That's great.
He looks naturally like fake mustache, nose, and glasses. So right away, he's funny. But you'll enjoy Frankie.
That's horrible. Leave poor Frankie alone.
You know what it is, especially with the drone. I've been into photography my whole life, but with the drone, once you get above 10 feet, you never look at from that perspective. So you see everything so different, especially, where you guys go, I'm sure, out in camping or wherever it is, you see the lakes and you see the trails and everything just from 100 feet up. It's a different world.
Yeah. Paul's son, Zachary, he's got a really nice drone, and he was at the house upstate. We got some nice aerial photos. I gotta see the next podcast. I'll get Paul to send. He's got a video and stuff like that, and it was like a whole different perspective of the house and property up there. Like you said, from 100 feet in the air, it was pretty cool.
Exactly.
You can see all the junk cars very clear.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
So yeah, that's definitely. I'm gonna table that topic when we'll get Paul. We'll try to get Paul and Zachary on there and stuff. We went shark fishing and they had the drone out and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I know Mike don't like the water. We were out. We were several miles out and stuff like that. It was a nice.
Yeah, the guy that does Old Bridge Steel, his son was a photography major. They do the drone over the whole course. They show he took videos of the guy shooting stuff from aerial, like you're saying, which was very cool. They put them on YouTube. They were real cool.
It is. It's not that easy to get great like cinematic shots, but when you get them, it's really nice. It's
nice because you hit it right on the head before by saying it's such a different view than you're normally looking at.
Right. Like if you picture, if you have a dog or a cat, you look at from their perspective, they're about like 6 to 8 inches off the ground, and they're constantly looking up. Just different angle.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Sure.
So there you go, Mike. Now we know where you fit in. So we'll get you on a quad. If we got to get you on, we got to make a side call for Lewis's. We'll get you on a quad somewhere.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get you riding. We'll get you riding somewhere. We'll have fun, definitely, without a doubt.
Then,
we'll make some pizza. We'll do some stuff.
We'll get you once we get you out there, and then we'll set up your we'll set up your drone. This way you can check it out, and that would be pretty cool. There's areas where you go, and I think that'll be a cool video. Like you'll ride that trail for like maybe 3-4 miles, and you come to like a sand pit or like a shale pit,
Right.
and there's steep hills and jumps, and everybody's just riding and stuff like that. Where you probably got I would say 20, 30 machines guys ride, but everybody's riding, following each other. Nobody's riding against the traffic and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to
That
go with
would
the
be-
grain, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
everybody's going with the grain, but that would
Except
be cool.
Frankie. Frankie's going the other way. Everybody
You
else is
got,
going one way.
You put your drone out with that, and you get some aerial photos with that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and they even have the features where you could have it follow you, as you're
Oh,
riding.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it
That's cool.
follows you, and it's a perfect. The head on the gimbal of the camera stays perfectly level, so it's pretty cool. Next show you do, I'll have I'll show you some of the footage that I have, over some parkways here and over some parks, and it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, in the summer months, somebody in the neighborhood's always got a drone. You hear the little zzz,
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
going out and stuff like that. I mean, do you need is there a license or something that you need to go a certain height, or
No, they're limited to certain heights. I forget what it is, but if it's under 249 grams or something like that, you don't need to register it with the FAA. Above that, you do.
It has to be a certain weight if it's still so big.
Exactly. But what they're doing,
Okay.
they're putting these incredible 4K cameras in these 249 gram drones that are small, and the footage you get is just like something you see in a movie.
How's the battery life?
About 32, 33 minutes max.
That's a lot.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Lou. So next year, hold on, because I'm thinking we're gonna pigeonhole you to this date, Mike.
Okay.
Where are we? March. So March 26th is the last Sunday.
Oh,
It's the last Sunday. We have I reserved the Catskill Pheasantry for the Bob Heineman Pheasant Classic.
Okay.
And
that would be a great day to do that, to drone.
over the whole
In that
field.
big field, that would be awesome.
While
Just don't let none of the retards shoot it. That would be perfect.
while you're shooting.
Yeah. Well, he can get high enough over everything, Lou.
They couldn't hit the birds. You hit the drone.
We played the video a couple of 4 podcasts ago, right? Yeah. Ta, 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 ta. Sound like
The bird-
thunder.
The bird's flying away going like this.
And the bird's going. I think I commented the bird was flying to Binghamton. So I think Mike's drone is very safe.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'd like to
say.
get him. I'd love to get him over that, and then I'd love to get
Duck
him over
hunt?
the duck hunt was another thing, but over the 5 stand with the clays. You get him from that perspective over there as you dusting them clays. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be. Let's I'll show you. I have something real quick that I have.
Okay.
There's a nice feature on it where once these things go up, you can't see them. So there's a return to home where it automatically comes back to where you took off. Hopefully, that's the plan. But this is just something over the neighborhood that's played. Let's see if it plays. So right now it's about, I don't know, 200 feet up in the air. And
It's live. You see the things, cars moving. Right.
yeah, it's better than the News 12 webcams. Let me see. So now it's up in the clouds, actually.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's
That does look like a like a helicopter.
Yeah.
You're a newscopter.
and
So,
that's-
what I like is how level it stays.
yeah, and this is a pretty windy day too. It was a little drizzle, and but it was it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to use, and when you plug
Yeah,
in.
we'll find some use for you on your drone. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll definitely find something for you and your drone to accompany us with. Without a doubt. If you're free and you feel like coming,
Yeah,
we
definitely.
feed everybody. Don't worry.
Yeah. So
And my offer stands. If you want to go to the range, I told you that day in the pre-show one day.
Yeah,
Just you got my number. Call me.
definitely.
We'll go. We'll definitely.
I like going to the range with Lewis Mike because he cleans my guns.
Yeah, we'll take care. I clean everything for you. I got plenty. I make all my own ammo, so I got plenty of ammo.
So
We shoot. Whatever.
we learned that Mike is not a water guy, Mike is definitely
Not a
an
fishing
ATV
man.
He's an ATV guy. So there we
Oh,
go.
you'll love that. That's something that's going to be, you'll adapt that like a fish to water. Oh,
Yeah.
did I say fish to water?
No,
No, you'll like that.
So
absolutely. I think we're going to cut it out today.
We're running about an hour and 15 minutes.
Nobody popped on, so
I mean, we had Dr. Roberto said he was going to try to get on. He's on call tonight. The guys from Ballastall, like I said, the gentleman Troy gave me his email address. Unless something came up, I'll figure it out. I'll probably hear from them tomorrow, and we'll see exactly what it is. But I'd like to get them on an upcoming show, talk about their product and what uses that they can recommend that we can use it for. But that's it. I think the next show we got. I think we got some live footage and stuff like that, or something. If my cooking video, I don't want to say live footage. I'm sorry. We're gonna have some footage for the video I've been putting together with the producer, the guy that does the cooking videos for us. So hopefully that'll get done.
I'm gonna take some pictures at the steel match this Sunday. I'll send some to Mike so we have some for the next show either too.
Yeah, put them. Just shoot a video on your phone, but you got to make sure you, instead of doing it in I forgot what the feature
was. It 1080p or something? What are you saying that would be in? Something like that?
Six. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it is right now. Oh, 60. HD 60.
Okay.
60 feet per second. That's what you need to put it in. And that's the stuff because I shot a lot of the Bob Heineman thing. Then you and I did that other hunt the following week. We did that other upland. So a lot of the stuff I had sent to him. And then I did a quick video on pheasant, like a little cooking thing. So I sent that to him. I'm waiting for him to produce it and edit it and send it back to me, and we'll go back from there. So hopefully we'll get that soon. But next show we'll have a full cast again. Well, Frankie will be back from Costa Rica.
Excellent.
Providing the squirrel monkeys don't, or the little monkeys in the jungle where you stay and take them away and keep them as their king. And Paul will
be back from traveling.
He'll be back from traveling. Yeah, both his, I know his, Paulie's home this weekend. His daughter's home, I think, the following weekend. Everybody's done. His oldest, Zachary, like my oldest, Andrew, they graduate from college. That was a quick 4 years, so. Congratulations to Andrew and Zachary. And we got Nick graduating. Nick graduates this Friday from electrical school with the Coast Guard. So
and he'll be actually in service out on.
He'll be actually in service. Yeah. So no more babies. That's it. Everybody's growing up. Everybody's getting big. But on that note, we thank everybody for tuning in. That's it. Keep cooking. Keep your gun safe, and we'll see you soon.
If tomorrow all things are gone, I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Forget